What's going on, guys? It's me, Carlito. We're calling life another 8-day fast. So we're rearing up at the end of it. It's now like 10:20 at this point. I saw 222 and was like, well, I do got to record one of these videos for the new year. And you can already sense people are going to fall apart severely because, you go online, people are talking about, I'm going to start something new, relationships, this, that, and the third. Those things are not going to work out for you this year unless they've literally have been built upon from last year. Like if this was your goal last year, for example, maybe it was, but just know that things that are, new this year is going to be very difficult for you to conquer. And funny enough, I started new classes this year. Just got done from one tonight. I'm in for fucking hell. It's a very difficult class, but I'm down for the challenge. When I was a freshman in high school, I was on a roll. So, I'm fairly confident in my abilities to grasp material and overcome anything, really. So, and if you're not one of those people, I would, say that, build that mindset because, we're all intelligent. You wouldn't be here today if you weren't, to be honest with you. Even people who are, mentally disabled, they have so many, challenges throughout their day. Some of them can't even get up, some of them can't even speak, and yet they're still able to live a life, of course with help, but, they're intelligent. Maybe not Einstein levels, me or you, but we're always capable of getting to that level, because if it's humanly possible, you can do it. Very simple. And the only reason why you would fail is because you don't have that mindset. A lot of these people that you see, in which I want to revert back to, I want to do this new, I want to travel here, I want to go there and do this and that and third. Guess what? They don't have this mindset. They have the mindset of selfishness. When you go out of your way for yourself, just understand that's selfish. You're not doing anything to benefit humanity in any sort of way. And I'm not saying that that's negative. That's a bad thing. I'm saying when you make it your entire life to devote to yourself, it is overall negative, and you're going to get karma for that. And, I would be the number one to tell you right now that karma will come for you. It's, I was rereading or re-listening to the 12 Universal Laws at work the other day. Very comforting, I'm glad, people understand where I'm coming from, and that's mostly from the 12 Universal Laws. One of them was universal law of causality or karma or something of that nature. And in that video, I actually posted on Twitter, it said, what did it say? It'll come back to me. Hold on. The wise, the poor man will, believe in luck and circumstance. And the strong man would believe in cause and effect. There we go. That everything you do has an equal or opposite reaction. There is no such thing as luck. Considering the fact, and if you believe this, that everything was predestined, most people would say that it's more of a causality. So, everything you do is predestined, but you have the free will to choose your outcome. So every outcome is predestined, not your ability to choose which direction you go. So, for example, I'm going to eat my sandwich tonight. Okay, well, when I eat my sandwich, it's going to fill up in my stomach. I'm going to go to sleep. It's going to make me gain more weight because my body is so used to eating less, and then it's getting more, and it's keeping more to retain. So I feel less hungry, I feel less hungry during the day. Or I can choose to fall asleep tonight, and I wake up in the morning, my body has fully adjusted. I take one small breakfast, maybe 400 calorie breakfast, 500 calorie breakfast. We're not going to overindulge with the 1,000 calorie fucking hoagie I got in there, which let's face it, I'm going to fucking consume that shit the minute it hits 12 o'clock. I haven't had a lick of water either. I have not wrote down my wish, actually, for this year, but I think it's going to be pretty simple. Here we are. So, I don't think I have a pen on me, but a pen would be a lot easier to do. If you're with me, then you're with me. But you know what? This could actually work better, this orange one. That'd be cool. Orange is the color of Mars, too. And it is a 9-year, if you think about it. So, let's write this down. My first wish that will be granted. There we go. Locked into the universe. And I'll put it next to my... Boom. My deck. Plural deck. Yeah, if I were you, and if you're joining me in the fasting, write down your wish, fast, and you'll find at the end of the week or end of the month or whenever it is, you won't even remember that you made that wish and it's happening for you. I don't think I ever mentioned my car. I got an Audi A4 2013. That's old now. Like when I was younger, when I was like just learning how to drive at 20. Yes, I was a late bloomer. I'm a late bloomer in everything. Because I'm an 8 life path. Wow, like an old car was 2007, 2008. And now that's like non-existent. Like you won't find a car like that because it's been used up to shit and it just doesn't run well. But hey, who cares? But beautiful car. I manifested it through my fasting. I didn't even realize I did, but I look back and I'm just like, oh, I really want a new car because I knew my car was going to break down sooner or later. And I was like, oh, I really need a new car. I really want a new car. Or at least give me, universe, God, can you please give me the ability to pay for the car's issues, or at least just give me a new car entirely. Looked like it took a different path. I think that's what I probably wanted more. So I'm very thankful for that. But you know what? I think I know why it chose that. So this is how we kind of look back on our wishes when you give your universe an ultimatum. It's going to choose for you. It chose this because if I had the ability to pay back my car, or at least pay for the damages done to my car, there's not really much damages. I'm just saying if there was damages, it's my old car, then I would have enough money to afford other things I would like to do that the universe clearly thinks I'm not ready for. So, the car is fine, learning is fine, devoting myself to spirit is fine. Everything's going to come to a close when I'm around 35. I'm going to have the love of my life. People are like, oh, don't you want a relationship? No, because it's not going to work out anyway. I think a relationship will work out for me primarily when I'm 35. If I make it to 35, of course. I'll probably find somebody who, really is loving and caring and devoted. That's what you kind of need in my life. But I'm a very... Love and me have never gotten along. Now I got Aquarius, Venus, Aquarius, Mars. And then I have 2 other places in Aquarius. And I kind of lose interest after a while. It's more of like okay, well, now I'm bored of you. First things first, if you don't kind of personal, but this is a redemption. So it's if we're not hooking up the first night, or at least a date, and then we do something, then I'm not gonna take it seriously, if that makes any sense. That's just kind of how my mind works. I start taking women seriously if that's what they're doing, but of course you can't take people like that seriously, because they are most typically love bombing or narcissistic. They jump into things too fast, and then they end up losing it after a while, or very shortly after. And it's up to you, use your discernment. But for me, I go with that and I go along with it. But I know it's not smart, because there's very few women that would do that, and that aren't either a slut, or B, just a druggie, or C, a pathetic person overall. But I'm sure there's one out there. I'm not really too concerned about any of that. Like I said, 35. And not that I'm judging, for example, if you're one of those women, or, they are essential to the universe as I am, as you are watching this. So, but I accept them for what they are, but just, in the word, kind of like that Marcus Aurelius thing, you accept them and love them, but they're over there and I'm over here. And that's how you keep your distance and maintain your mindset and your philosophy. That's what you always got to fall back on. When you find yourself judging people too harshly, when you find yourself being negative, you fall back, because we're so caught up in using our philosophies to get over the emotional hangups that we go through, the tragedies, the bullshit, overall bullshit. I just failed. This person just got hurt. I didn't make the cut for this job, etc. This person don't love me, etc. We get so hung up on the emotional side of why we believe to begin with, when we can be using it as well for keeping us out of negativity and keeping us on track. This person pisses me off, that, this, that. Well, let's fall back on our philosophy for a second. This person is needed just like I am. This person is just as much of a victim as I am, because they didn't ask to be born, okay? None of us did. Therefore, we were pretty much, it's almost like and I don't want to say this on you because I'm not trying to get banned, but you're just going to have to infer from what I'm saying. It's without our consent, putting us in a life that we didn't choose, as far as we're aware. So, by that logic, I can accept that person for being the way they are, because it is what it is. We're victims. But that's more of a negative way of looking at how the universe works. I tend to be more looking at it, because I heard that the other day and I was just like, oh, that's actually pretty decent, but it enables victim mentality. But I've been going back and forth with that in my mind at work. I do a lot of alone time, and I'm quiet. It helps you think a lot easier. So would I rather be a victim and push down those feelings instead? No. So I would rather, feel everything bubbling up inside me, release it, allow the negative energy to flow through me in a private setting, just all this negative energy, because nobody can handle it if they've seen it. And they have, and they no longer want to associate with me. So that's kind of the world we live in, unless they're family. But outside of that, I come back, collect myself. Okay, I allowed myself to have this portion of agitation, upsetness, feeling sorry for myself, because that's okay overall. And now we're going to move into the acceptance. Your life is a constant state of the 5 steps of grief. Like denial, this, that, and the third. But instead of the 5, we're only focusing on the 2 or 3. Because we understand what's going on here. Nothing, so for example, nothing should surprise you, because it was, in the words of Marcus Aurelius, nothing should really technically surprise you, and I'm paraphrasing that, but it's because we live in a predestined society, predestined world, you already know what's going to happen. You already know human nature. People are going to betray you. People are going to hurt you. But not to get so hung up on it to the point where you're paranoid. You expect good. You expect bad. You keep a neutral, level head with everyone at all times, because anyone at all times could change on you, which is perfectly fine. And you got to accept that and jump into it fearlessly. That's what it means to have faith, And I was telling my grandmother this today. Why don't you eat? Why don't you do? I'm not going to eat because it's about principle. It's about faith. Getting arguments with people on Facebook. Listen, if I see you're fucking talking some stupid shit, I'm going to call you out and say you're fucking dumb. I'm not about to be here, talk shit to me in person. Okay, I gladly will. But do you think I'm afraid of you? Worst thing you do is kill me, but that's not even the worst thing, because now I'm gone. I never had to think about your sorry ass again, and nobody else for that matter. Get mad at me, please. Like I said, and that's what's so funny. That's how I resolved the issue, by saying, hey, I was never going to say this, but you had to pry it from me. Have a nice day. Left it at that. Hey, I'm just going to go back to what I was doing before, allowing you to be yourself, because I know you need to change for yourself. But yeah, now that I got that all out of my system, I can finally end this video by saying good luck to those that who are going sober with me. It has been since the 29th, and it's the 8th, so about a week, and so wait, hold on, 30, 31, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 10 days with not a drop of alcohol. So let's hope to the entire year. People are like, oh, one step at a time. I'm not all about the one steps. I'm all about giant leaps, big jumps forward. And I've been sober before. We came out of the womb sober. I mean, you didn't have a bottle in your hand out of the womb. You know what I'm saying? So that's not technically something new for this year, because everyone in this lifetime has been sober for an extended amount of time. So it shouldn't be difficult at all to even quit. But here's the thing. People love to not, because they love to disappear. And they're not spiritually awakened enough to accept life for what it is until they're already dead. But I digress. Thanks for sticking by me, everyone. And I'll see you in the next one.